Game over. Tesla crushes Volkswagen with this new update. As electric vehicle production accelerates to eliminate the internal combustion engine, the European EV market is seeing a huge expansion. While Tesla is the most popular electric vehicle manufacturer in the world, in Europe, Volkswagen still has the upper hand. Tesla now has plans that will crush Volkswagen in 2022. So, what are they planning, and what is Volkswagen going to do about it? Volkswagen, the 800-pound gorilla, the world's second-largest automaker by sales, with around 10 million vehicles sold yearly, continues to crush Tesla. But not for long, since Tesla is planning to ramp up production while Volkswagen shifts to full production of EVs. Tesla sold 500,000 vehicles last year and is on track to sell 900,000 this year. However, it's still a small percentage of Volkswagen's overall sales. To preserve its current market position, Volkswagen requires millions in sales. But the main story is that electric vehicles are taking over, and if in a decade's time 100% of new car sales will be EVs, then EV manufacturing is the only thing that matters in terms of where firms will be in 10 years. So what happens to the remaining 5 million units that Volkswagen regularly sells each year if it plans to sell 5 million electrified vehicles by 2030? Now, despite the massive amount of regulation coming down to preserve the environment and phase out combustion vehicles, there's a lot of ambiguity about whether these units will be eaten up by other competitors, replaced by hybrid vehicles, or even remain as gas cars. As a result, if just a few million EVs are the aim by 2030, it might account for the majority of the company's sales at that time, implying a massive downsize. By the way, did you know that Tesla presently holds its 66% market share in the United States, accounting for 2/3 of the battery electric vehicle market? Volkswagen has a 9% market share in the United States and a 10% share in China. Tesla also owns its production in China, whereas Volkswagen has a joint venture with a China state-owned corporation. In Europe, Tesla is predicted to have a 7% market share so far this year, while Volkswagen's total market share is closer to 26%. Volkswagen has been concentrating its sales efforts in Europe, selling over 75% of all EVs produced in the first half of the year to European customers. Despite the fact that Tesla appears to be losing ground against Volkswagen in Europe, there are underlying indicators that suggest Tesla may have already turned the tide, and Tesla is going to go full throttle starting next year. This may be the last year that Volkswagen can claim to be the leader on its home continent, because things are gonna change next year. We all know that the Volkswagen Group is one of the most powerful automakers in the world, with a diverse range of brands including Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, Bentley, Skoda, Lamborghini, and others. However, Volkswagen was caught cheating on emissions testing in 2015 because their vehicles were actually releasing 10 to 40 times the permissible quantity of pollutants while they were running normally. They were required to invest early in electric car infrastructure as a part of their punishment, spending billions into charging stations like Electrify America, pulling them back some steps behind, but also helping them get ahead of other electric vehicle manufacturers. In 2018, Herbert Diess was named CEO, with the monumental task of speeding up the electrification campaign. It was also stated that Elon Musk attempted to hire Diess to take over as CEO of Tesla in 2015, but the deal fell through. Despite the fact that practically all over Volkswagen Group's brands now offer electric vehicles, the corporation believes it's still lagging behind Tesla, having sold 290,000 EVs globally in the first 3 quarters of 2021, compared to Tesla's 500,000. However, they intend to invest 89 billion euros in electric vehicles over the next 5 years in order to catch up. By 2025, the current goal is to sell 3 million electric vehicles. In a fully electric world, however, the business will need to create 10 million EVs merely to sustain current sales. According to Clean Technica, Volkswagen led in sales in 10 European nations from January to September, but Tesla surpassed Volkswagen in the 3rd quarter of this year in Norway, a small but well-established market where the majority of vehicles sold are already electric. This could be a foreshadowing of what Tesla might be able to do in other European countries. Anyway, Tesla continues to lead in China, despite the fact that many exports leave the nation. Due to transportation costs and tariffs on imported items, Tesla's vehicles are more expensive than the competition in their native market. Now, it looks like everywhere Tesla has a gigaplant, they dominate their respective markets, as we can see in the United States and China. This is exactly what has Volkswagen anxious, and it throws into doubt their leadership position. While it may take 12 to 18 months to ramp up production at Tesla's new Giga Berlin factory in Germany, the company will immediately become more competitive due to lower shipping costs and import duties. The move will also benefit Tesla's market in China, as exports to Europe will be phased out fast, and the Berlin factory will become the primary supplier for the continent, letting the China factory focus on the local market. Herbert Diess has his hands full trying to rally his executive team. He has had many crisis meetings with hundreds of executives to attempt to find out how to catch up to Tesla. But Tesla, on the other hand, can create an electric vehicle 3 times faster than Volkswagen. Despite the fact that EV sales appear to be performing well for the company, he still has to balance the extremely profitable fossil fuel-based side of the business, which is in steep decline, especially as Volkswagen eats into its own market share. Do you think Tesla will catch up with Volkswagen by the end of 2022? Well, that's all from this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.